Classification of additive manufacturing. There are many ways to classify additive manufacturing technologies. Baseline technology, whether the process uses lasers, printer technology, extrusion technology, etc. Processes and the type of raw material input. The problem with above mentioned types are some processes get grouped together in odd combinations like selective laser sintering groups together with 3D printing, or some processes that may appear to produce similar results end up being separated like stereolithographic and material jetting with photopolymers. As it is inappropriate, we use a single classification approach. A popular way of classifying is a two-dimensional classification method as shown in figure. From the above figure diagram, thus additive manufacturing can be classified as follows: liquid polymer system, discrete particle system, molten material systems, and solid sheet system. Liquid polymer systems, as liquid polymers are widely and popularly used material. Using this liquid polymer, 3D systems developed a first commercial system using stereolithographic process. Let us understand the working of the SLA system. The detailed working principle of SLA is explained below. Stereolithographic apparatus SLA. It is often considered the pioneer of the rapid prototyping industry, with the first commercial introduced in 1988 by 3D Systems. The system consists of a ultraviolet laser, a vat of photocurable liquid resin, and a controlling system. This technology is the commercially most popular and widely used method of rapid prototyping. 3D Systems of Valencia, California, USA launched this technique in 1987. In this technique, three-dimensional models are built from liquid, a photosensitive polymer that solidifies when exposed to ultraviolet light. As shown in the following figure, the model is built upon a platform which is situated just below the surface in a vat of liquid epoxy or acrylate resin. A low power, highly focused ultraviolet laser traces out the first layer, solidifying the object's cross section while leaving excess areas liquid. After an elevator incrementally lowers the platform into the liquid polymer, a sweeper recoats the solidified layer with liquid, and the laser traces the second layer atop the first. This process repeats until the prototype is complete. Afterward, the solid part is removed from the vat and rinsed clean of excess liquid. Supports are removed and the model is then placed in an oven for complete curing. Advantages: SLA process builds complex geometry parts which cannot be possible by a conventional manufacturing process. High quality surface finish can be achieved. Clear model with good resolution can be achieved. Applications: it is used to produce parts with very fine features and high quality visualization models. Fit and functional parts for assembly. Models are used to flow visualization and stress analysis. Manufacturing medical models to manufacture parts for tooling and vacuum casting. Discrete particle systems. Discrete particle systems are also known as powders based systems. Here, powders are graded into a uniform particle size and shape and narrow size distribution. Finer particles are better and gives good result if too small powders are used. Then controlling the distribution and dispersion in particles will be difficult. In 1D approach using a laser, we produce thermal energy in a controlled manner so the temperature increases to melt the powder. The polymer powders used should exhibit thermoelastic behavior so that they can be melted and remelted to permit bonding of one layer to another. The two polymer based approaches commercially available are the SLS technology marketed by 3D Systems and the EOS processes developed by the German company EOS. Let us understand the SLS process in detail. Selective laser sintering SLS process. This process was first developed by Carl Deckard, University of Austin, Texas for DTM Corporation 3D Systems in 1986. Selective laser sintering involves fabrication of a physical model by the selective melting of powdered material layer by layer. This process uses a fine powder which is heated with a carbon dioxide laser so that the surface tension of the particles is overcome and they fuse together. Before the powder is sintered, the entire bed is heated to just below the melting point of the material in order to reduce the thermal distortion and facilitate fusion to the previous layer. The geometry of the object is created as CAD data and CAD files are transferred into an STL file system. The STL file is then sliced and drawn as one cross section at a time. The laser selectively fuses powdered material by scanning cross sections of the object on the surface of a powder head bed. After each cross section is scanned, the powdered bed is lowered by one layer thickness. A new layer of material is applied on top and the process is repeated until the part is completed. Compared to other processes, a relatively wide range of powder materials can be used in this process. Polymer powders like nylon, glass filled nylon, and polystyrene, and metal powders like steel, titanium alloy mixtures, and composites can be processed. Advantages: a wide range of materials can be used, post curing is not necessary, unfused powder acts as a support, the support material can be easily removed. Applications: fit and functional prototypes for mechanical and thermal tests. Small plastic parts can be used for rapid tooling applications like injection molding, can be used for soft tooling and short run production. Molten material systems. Molten material systems, also called solidify based systems, are characterized by a preheating chamber that raises the material temperature to melting point so that it can flow through a delivery system. The most well known method for doing this is the fused deposition modeling FDM material extrusion technology developed by the US company Stratis. Fused deposition modeling FDM process. In this technique, filaments of heated thermoplastic are extruded from a tip that moves in the XY plane. FDM builds plastic models by extruding a semi molten filament through a heated nozzle in a prescribed pattern onto a platform. The nozzle is moved over the platform in the required geometry of the part, which is driven by the CAD data. The platform is maintained at a lower temperature so that the thermoplastic quickly hardens. After the platform is lowered, the extrusion head deposits a second layer upon the first layer. The process is repeated until the required object is built. The supports are built along the way, which is fastened to the part with weaker material. Support structures are fabricated for overhanging geometries and are later removed by breaking them away from the object. A water soluble support material which can simply be washed away is also available. Stratus makes a variety of FDM machines which are ranging from fast concept modelers to slower high precision machines. The most commonly used materials in this process are APS, which offers good strength, elastomer 96 durometer, polycarbonate, polyzolphone, and investment casting wax, which extends the capabilities of the method further in terms of strength and temperature range. Advantages: high strength and cost effective process. The process offers multiple materials with coolers and greater strength. Post curing is not required. Fast process with quick changing of material. Applications: fit, form, and functional prototypes for testing. Rapid toolings like investment casting and injection molding. Prototypes constructed for production materials. Quality parts with high stability and durable parts. Solid state systems. This is an obsolete technology which is not seen widely used nowadays. Example of earliest solid state systems is the Laminated Object Manufacturing LOM system from Helix USA. Here we use a laser to cut profiles from sheet paper supplied from a continuous roll which forms layers of the final part. Laminated Object Manufacturing LOM process. This process is developed by Hillis of Torrance, California, USA in 1998, which is a layer additive process. In this process, the material consists of paper laminated, which is coated with thermoplastic adhesive and rolled up on spools. As shown in the figure below, a feeder mechanism advances the sheet over the build platform where a base is made from paper and double-sided from tape. A heated roller applies pressure to bond the paper to the base. Carbon dioxide laser traces the outline of the CAD data fed in the computer. After the laser cutting is completed, the platform moves down and a fresh sheet of laminated paper is rolled on. The process is repeated as needed to build the part. Loam process is used in pattern making and toy designing as this process is cheaper and high volume production can be achieved. As of 2001, Heliosis is no longer in business. Advantages: the support structure is not required. It is fast, cheap, and scalable process when compared to SLA and SLS process. Material cost is low, and various materials like paper, plastics, and ceramics can be used. Multiple parts in large volume can be built. The building can be paused at any point in time. Applications can be used as precise patterns for secondary tooling processes such as sand casting and vacuum casting. Parts are used where high tolerances are not critical. Parts can be used in the conceptual design area, used as a visual model.